We are the Stones, Emery and Mariah Stone. We have 4 beautiful daughters, Katie, Savannah, Madison, and Taylor. We live in Lone Jack.
We met at a friend's house, like a party, and kind of caught each other's eye. We would bump into each other every now and then. There's very shortly after the next few weeks, and then I didn't see her again for about a year. He said he wasn't gonna do it. And so the funny thing is, he one day was like, "Come here, I got a surprise." And she was actually outside in the garage. And so I open the door and then she's standing right there and actually jumps right into my arms. And gives me a big old hug. This is the way I remember it. Little did we know we actually had the same birthday. Something came up about birthdays and she said, "Well, my birthday is July 13th. I was like, "Nah." I said, "What year is your birthday?" And she said, 1979. I thought, what the heck?
So we got married on September 5th, 2010. You know, we went from, you know, our whole world just being, you know, the greatest thing to him being so sick.
So he got a blood panel and a urinalysis, and results came 2 days later, and the results weren't that good. The assistant physician in the office called and said I had renal failure.
Kidney disease is something that's not thought about. Symptoms are very vague, and unless you know somebody who has kidney failure as a patient, you're not gonna know. Your symptoms might not, to you, may seem nothing, like nothing.
And so we would continue eating the kidney healthy diet, and we just did that until I got down into the lower 20% kidney function that you had to be at before you would be put on a donor list. So we had started getting closer. Mariah wanted to see if she would be a match for me.
I had asked them what his best route would be. You know, what would be the best for him? Living, deceased, you know, what it would be. And they said, you know, with deceased donors, it's, you know, there's always, you're up in the air about what, you know, what you can get, but a living donor would be the best. And I said, well, we will do what is best for him.
Spouse-to-spouse donation does happen. You know, the major limiting factor is most commonly blood type. You know, if the blood type is the same or compatible, then donation does happen.
We were upstairs cleaning the playroom, me and the girls, and, you know, toys all over the place, and the phone rings, and it's, you know, the number for St. Luke's, and I'm like, I think it's them.
And she wouldn't answer it. She just kind of looked at it, and I was like, come on, pick up the phone, because that's what she does. She doesn't wait, she picks up the phone.
She's like, well, you're never gonna believe this, you know, so you're sitting there and you're like, oh my gosh, you know, is it or isn't it? And she's like, you guys are a match. And I was like, you've gotta be kidding. I think I even dropped the phone.
And then she started to cry and stuff. It was awesome.
She just knew the whole time she was going to be a match. So when the time did come, I mean, we were on the list for 30 days before St. Luke's. Transplant team put a date on the map.
I was kind of scared, but I was excited and proud that my mom gave my dad his kidney.
This is of my dad before his surgery. This is what happened. Like, he got her kidney.
I was worried about her. She's already terrified, I should say, of surgery.
Well, I'd never had a surgery, ever.
So,
Never had a surgery.
So me, my dad, and my sister Madison, and my grandma, we were all in a car and we were driving there, and my heart was pounding.
I think that from the recovery room, we left at the same time, and we're being pushed up really close, so we're like an elevator's ride apart.
He was in the transplant hall, you know, where he had to be because he needed special care, and I was in the recovery hall. So they came in, you know, and got me awake, and she said, as soon as you know, are able, we're gonna get you out of bed.
I was laying beside her and I cried, and I asked her if she knew who I was. My twin sister Madison, the first thing she said was, "Mommy, do you know who I am?" It was funny, but she was like, "Yes, I know who you are, Madison."
They would come looking for us if we weren't in our rooms,
Yeah.
whichever one was missing. Then they'd go to the other one's room to find us, to do our blood pressure and all that, our vitals.
I think St. Luke's has played a huge role in getting our life back to normal.
His skin tone came back and he had more energy to play with us and practice softball and all of our sports. And he started playing with us more because he felt more better about it.
It makes me feel proud that she was actually able to give the kidney, and that, like, out of a 1 in a million chance that she was actually a match. That every other person we could have tried could not have been a match, and that just makes me feel really happy.
Being a donor is very important. We have there are lots of people waiting for organs, whether it be lungs, hearts, livers, kidneys, what have you, who unfortunately die on the waiting list.
If I could, I would be on that list myself, but I was on the other end of the list. But it changes, I think it changes the donor's life as much as it does the recipient's.
You know, if it's somebody that you get to see, you know, the person being so sick that, you know, you're just worried to death, to every day they're better and better and better. You know, they get more light in their eyes. They get, you know, happier. You can just tell. It's a great feeling.
There's no repayment for somebody that could do something like that. I think the satisfaction that she gets herself is of being able to see what it's done, how it's changed my life, is the repayment. So